Morning. No, afternoon. Master! Ah! Good morning. Good morning. Oh, come on, put a little more oomph into it. Same Giselle as always. I must say, last night was something, Master. I know you had that in you. Just don't think about it. Ow. Hey, that hurt. What was that for? I was struck with an instable urge to whack you. What happened to your heartful desire to do whatever you can for me? I don't think kidding me counts. Tough enough to get over a little bonk. You were being so nice yesterday. Where did that go? So you like me explain what you were to explain why you're making dirty jokes first thing in the morning? Oh yeah, yeah. Just I was just trying to lighten the mood to hide my embarrassment. Fair enough. All right, but could you not joke about that bout in the future? I didn't actually do anything to you. That she said. No, you didn't. Sorry. Say, could I ask you something? Yes. You hardly ever use my name. It makes me feel so, us feel so distant. Could you do something about that, maybe? Babe. No. This is not you at all. Just go with my name, please. We've graduated from marriage to serve relationship to a romantic relationship, but that's a bit much. Romantic relationship? Exactly. So, in honor of us, of the new us, let's make this the last. All right, Michael? All right, Giselle. Well, these two had a very touching moment last live stream and I gotta say that was pretty cool. But to have them finally confess the true feelings towards one another and how they feel about each other, so I thought that was excellently well done. At that time, the light that had entered our lives seemed unreal and fantastical. But we all know in the House of Fata Morgana, but I prayed that it would indeed, at last. I hope for an equal bright future. I allowed myself to rejoice in that moment. It's not gonna last forever. Plus, how things are, we've hit our rising action. You hit our climax, so time for the following action. Laying to conquered shadow that lurked into my... Ooh, the music has changed a little bit. I can hear that a little bit. But not really. If there's a maid, there's Giselle. Blackness consumed the cuffless space. Giselle still stands before me as she did within the door. But I struggle to recall the two scenes. They are both real. They are both her. The lively, smirking girl of the past and the lifeless girl of the present are both Giselle. As different as they seem, they are both her. Why don't we stop here? Please. It was a wonderful story. They've overcome their troubles and live a happily ever after. Isn't that good enough? Please, Master. It could not be worse than when we are now. All we have to do then is erase the now. Throw everything away, start over from where it was better. You were able to bear them because they weren't your tragedies. That goes for more than just me. Actually, as a matter of fact, those words apply better to her than me. The alien's already set in stone. It already happened. What's the point in there and watching it again? All that accomplishes is making me relive it all. The ending has not been written. We are both here now, which means our end still lies ahead of us. Then, can I ask you to promise and let go of my hand no matter what? No matter what happens, you mustn't let go of my hand. Now I understand. That was a request. Even if she didn't perceive it as such. In a place of verbal response, I squeeze her hand in mine. I know where this tale is heading. Towards tragedy. Obviously, this is the House of Fata Morgana. All the rest of the doors end in tragedy. Even the fake one that the maid made up for the white-haired girl. All the other doors we visited ended in tragedy, and ours is no exception. But perhaps what was waiting at the end of this one is even more dire than I imagined. The door to our past swings open once more, behind which lies the end of me and the beginning of her. Ladies and gentlemen, the tragedy that I have waited for. If you are enjoying the series, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and follow me on Twitter. I'm still the same username as my YouTube channel, SoundJoker45. Follow me on Twitter. I post anime, maybe something I like about a movie that I saw, or even just repost a lot of good stuff. Even if the rating board system has now made me very disgusted, I'll probably just talk about that in a later video. Right on schedule. The monthly delivery arrived. Listen to that sound effect. But it was a letter that would dramatically change our lives. My father, Antonio, had fallen ill and died. I presume it was the witch doing it, but she was silent, refusing to respond to my question. If it wasn't her, then he must have died naturally. It seemed more than a little tasteless to celebrate someone's death, but good taste and reality do not always agree. I was extremely relieved to hear the news. The man had Giselle. He tried to have me killed, and now he's gone from the world. I've been waiting for this moment for years. His passing has only affected as well my death can be revoked. Many years ago, my brother told me that he would succeed our father and would welcome me back to the Bollinger estate, and I could be part of the family once more. Which meant this letter, signaling the end of my banishment. Not sure how to feel about it, huh? Yeah. Rejoicing doesn't seem really appropriate. But this means you can return home now, right? In theory. My brother is set to take control of the estate, so you should be accommodating. I'm going to write a letter. Have them send us a carriage. It is much too long a distance to walk. All right. I'm excited. What should we do when we get back to the capital? Oh, I know. How about we stop at my place? My mom and sister wouldn't believe their eyes. Don't get too happy. It's gonna happen. Very soon, very shortly. My time in the mansion was almost at its end. The future I only vaguely envisioned, was now within my reach. I had only spoken for this moment, predicted with eventual, like with some kind of abominable fantasy. But now it's particularly reality. I realized I hadn't actually given it much thought. Holy crap, the music is very different now. It's very different. Hey, are you still awake? I am. Not great night for sleep, huh? No. I was thinking about your family. It all means so surreal. Yeah, it does. This house is like a desert island, cut off from the rest of the world. It makes everything feel like a fairy tale sometimes. Even what we have, from time to time, feel the feeling that nothing is real. Like that the outside world is just a fragment of my imaginations. That my entire life only ever existed within these walls. Are you nervous? Maybe I am. I always thought when this day arrived it would be more cathartic. I'm sorry, I'm finally able to take you back to the capital, and I can't get over my past negativity. It's only natural for you to be nervous. I am too. I have someone new as long as you live in this mansion, but I know how you feel. I feel the same way. Not knowing what the future holds, it's scary. You know, I was thinking, I'll be okay with staying, huh? I mean, I would love to return to the capital. I miss my family dearly. But even if I never get to see them again, in no way would I consider myself unhappy. I just think I've got a pretty wonderful life. If you're not comfortable going back to the house, and you're just saying you don't endure it for me, Giselle, there's other paths we can take. There are other paths we can take. We could live with your family, or you could remain here in the mansion. No, not all. I want to. No matter where I go, you'll be there with me, Michael. It's true, I am nervous not knowing what the future holds. but not in a scared something bad might happen kind of way. It's more of a jittery, excited, anxious. I'm confident the two of us can overcome anything, no matter what obstacles might come in the way. Look at the words we're using now. Together we create an even more wonderful future. Interesting. Don't worry, Michael. The future is nothing to be afraid of. You make it sound like I'm paralyzed with fear. Oh, you should be. But you are, aren't you? Hey now, don't give me that look. Once again, she's the one pushing me forward. I'll make sure you have a good, happy life. Thank you. What? Nothing. I'm feeling kind of sentimental thinking about how we only got a little time left here. It wasn't perfect, but it's an important part of my life. Indeed. Say, yes? Well, I think I can handle it right now, probably. Oh, use your head, you little. I don't fall. How can you be so dense? I mean, touching it so. I'll take the next step. I'm saying I'm feeling up for that right now. It's not proper for to bring up that subject, is it? But I did kind of ask for you to wait, and I feel bad leading on for so long. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're shaking. I'm just really emotional, that's all. Don't need to force yourself onto it if you're not ready. I can wait as long as you need. Besides what? Never mind. It's fine, there's no need to rush things. You don't need to worry. Yeah. Fade to black, and let's see what else we got. I wrote 2 letters. One to my brother. One to and one so Jill could return, and one so I could be by myself. To demonstrate who I was, I had to prove that I was not Christopher for failing to do that. Would not only bring her grief, but it might come back to find a crack in the identity I built up for myself. I had to convince her that I was neither demon nor angel. Excuse me. But a human man who had fallen in love with a human woman. And that's where everything went wrong. However, I was too foolish to realize that the future I envisioned was nothing but a fantasy. Had I been able to grasp that maybe I could have taken her somewhere far away, where no one knew who we were, where things might turn out differently. And here we go. The tragedy. Once again, back in the familiar halls that began with us since chapter 1. It's been really foggy out of lately. I'd rather feel if we left when it was clear. It would be too terrible for a coachman to roll the carriage because he couldn't see where it's going. If there was so much fog, I would probably be able to see little columns of orange in the sunlight fighting their way through the trees. But the milky white mist seemed to swallow the light leaving from the surrounding areas. There we go. It was rather a dry weather. I wonder where they'll be here. Although, if they never do show up, that's okay. I was finally able to return back to the capital with Michael. See if my family again. And that was wonderful. It was like a dream come true. But it wouldn't disappoint me if that didn't end up happening. I didn't care where I ended up, as long as Michael was there with me. That's all that matters. I should probably close the windows. The coach isn't like to show up at night, I don't think. Huh? I reached my hand to shut out a window, which is when I saw something waver beyond the mist light. It wasn't just one, though. Looking closer revealed several more flickering spots. They moved up and down, slowly with rhythmic. As more and more came to view, my mind began seeing them as people carrying torches. They're coming this way. Could there be an escort back to the capital? Though, what? As soon as I thought, there sure are a lot of... Something whizzed past my cheeks. What? What was that? Huh? What? Why? What? It was an arrow. Giselle! Giselle! What? The arrow thrown through the window and pierced the opposite wall. Had Michael not knocked me away. Giselle! Giselle! Are you okay? I'm fine, but what's going on? Never mind that right now. We need to run! Huh? Wait, Michael! Now! There's no time to talk. Stay out of the window. Stay outside the windows. God! He grabbed my hand and broke into a run, and ran like the storm of arrows shot through the windows. We had worked so hard to get open a year ago. This wasn't what we had gone through the effort at all for. And the tragedy. Once I opened the front door, we have to get as far away from the house quickly as we can. What was happening? What was happening? Why do we have to run? Why are those people firing arrows at us? The wave of questions came after fear. I couldn't say anything. The sheer terror had frozen my jaw in place. Get ready. And not squeezing his hand tight. I knew it would just be another obstacle to save me. I didn't. I let go of his hand. I was afraid if I did, I would never be able to hold it again. And like that, death sentence. Are you alright? I'm fine, Giselle. But how? There are people out in front too. Damn it! Why? Several arrows sticking out of the floor beyond the door, which Michael managed to shut almost immediately, and accompanying a whoosh, a thumping of a battery. We can't escape. What's going on? Damn it! With each skull, Michael buried the door, and all the while the arrows kept flying, though panic in the air kept growing thicker. I don't understand. How did they? Only can people know about this place? The villagers. That's it. It's all my fault. Because I told the villagers about this place. They think a demon lives here, not a human. So, they are here to tear down the house. They made weapons just for this. I don't... I'm trying to break down the door. Michael! Hey, Michael! I'm so sorry. This is so my fault. Because of what I did. No. What? It's not your fault. It's mine. Michael? I challenge you. Because I did. Should make my curse real. What are you talking about? Michael? This way! Run! Past the fireplace. Past the arching. Michael dragged him to the mansion quarters so we reached the chamber with stained glass windows. At the far end of the room sat a small door. Where does it lead? I've been aware of this door's presence, but I never got inside. Something about it seemed somewhat different from the rest of the house. I'm not sure how to describe it exactly, but it felt like shadows had taken root here. The observation tower. A tower, but if we go up there, we're putting ourselves into a corner. There's a mirror we go. They have us trapped. But let's chance it up there. He didn't finish that thought, however. He opened the door leading to the tower. His face deathly pale. Okay, that's a little odd sentencing, but I guess what I'm saying. He's got a dead man's face now. Okay. Up and up they went up the tower. And we all know where this leads to. They're doomed. We started running again. Around and around the spiral staircase, making our way towards the top of the tower. In regular intervals among the wall were rectangular windows. A layer of fog still lay thick across the room, peering out into it made me feel like we had been thrown to a dream world. If it weren't for the orange spots and torchlights surrounding the mansion, the silhouettes holding the torches, his head appeared to be knives. Michael, tell me! Why do you think this is your fault? What is your curse? Your curse, isn't it? It isn't just the color of your hair or eyes. There's more to it, isn't there? There's something else, isn't there? They're both really heavily out of breath. I was afraid I might be able to hear it inside. Eventually made it to the top. A pile of discarded rope laid unceremoniously at the front door. Presumably once used to seal it shut. The door itself was deeply withered and rotten in place. It had always been left sitting in despair even longer than Michael had lived here. What is this? Inside. Frigid air nipped at my skin. It was an unpleasant, refreshing kind of cool, but a bitter, oppressive cold. This room felt like any other in the mansion. This is an observation tower. You can't even. There once would have been windows allowing you to see in all directions around the mansion, but all that remains now is that tiny opening in the ceiling. If we hide out here, there might be a chance they might find us. Sounds like they're breaking down the door. If they give up their search, they can't even get out. I'm sure we'll turn them alright. Michael's voice was quite worried. It was his hand in mine. Michael. We huddled together, feeling each other's warmth in our arm. My free hand clenches shut for dear life. I'm sorry. I'm to blame for this. It's my fault you're in this mess. In your pain you had experienced, you've been sent this place. What's happening now? Give up and trace back to my being born. I'm so sorry. Why was he apologizing? Why didn't he insist this was his fault? Why wouldn't he tell me what his curse was? Why are people trying to kill us? Right, those people were trying to kill us. Putting it into words like that made the fear that much more real. The arrows they fired weren't threats to kill us. With Michael trembling my arms, I couldn't bring myself to ask the question. What meaning would these answers even have with the death lurking close behind us? All I could do was pray. Pray that he was right. Pray that they wouldn't find us here and we would be able to escape. However, over there's a door and stairs leading up. My hopes were shattered by the sound of voice from below. I gave a faint clinking of armor. Our grips of each other's tightened. Our trembling intensified. Fear swelled within the tower, making us its slaves. Giselle, we were both terrified. And who would it be? Fairy tale heroes? Could it be magically conscious in the face of overwhelming danger? But they weren't real. The fear of impending death drawing nearer and nearer with each passing almost drove me into madness. I couldn't think clearly. My heart was having trouble keeping up. My head was big. My head was a big white. What? A big white mess. Okay, I thought I was seeing things there for a second. We were supposed to turn the capital to start a new life. Finally attain our happiness. It was right there at our fingertips. Enough happiness to make up for Michael's 10 years of isolation. And enough to risk the nightmare for my memories forever. What we had to have taken was away from us. We just loved each other and wanted to get a quiet life together. Nothing outrageous. I don't want to die. But what scared me the most was being separated from Michael again. Hey, Michael. What are those people really doing here? They're after money or values. We can offer them everything in the mansion. We don't need any of it. If they want us to the capital, we can tell them we'll stay here. They won't really talk over. Everything else. As long as I have you, I will survive anywhere. All that matters was that we had our lives. So long as the two of us were still breathing. But death to the unholy one. Death to the heretic. Death to the witch. Sparrow. Almost like a fog outside. There were no heretics, which normally ones here. They would have prepared, but they would probably never listen to us. The moment we step outside this room, we would be dead no matter what we said. But Michael, am I alright? It's okay, Michael. I'm not scared. You're here with me after all. It's fine. It's all fine. So please hold me until it's all over. Please stay with me. Finally, you speak. Michael? He wasn't looking at me, though. His unfocused eyes projected upwards, not towards a particular point, but wandering aimlessly. His purplish lids appeared to move. His lids appeared to move, as though he was speaking. But no sound came out. Michael, are you alright? Come back to me, Michael. I grabbed him by the shoulder and took, but he didn't see the noise. No matter how much I called him, he didn't look down from the emptiness above. Michael! Giselle. Finally, after far too long, he placed down with the weeping. His gaze slid down to me behind. He looked defeated, exhausted, in the corner all at once. I was scared too, but his fears seemed to have consumed him entirely. Please hear me out, Giselle. I never thought any good would become of my life before my life. I never thought that I would find anyone who would truly understand me. But would be happy to have my love. And for that I hate the world. And what a constant torment live in the shadows. But then a single ray of light shone down on me. Michael, you, Giselle. You delivered me from the darkness. I'm scared, Giselle. I'm terrified. I used to think my life was meaningless then. Oh, Jesus Christ. Meaningless. That it didn't matter if I lived or died. But now I can't stop shaking. That's perfectly normal. I'm scared to death, but what scares me most is losing you. Michael, I should have noticed. Noticed his arms was tensing up. Notice it stopped him. So please, allow him to repay you. I said I would do anything for you, so let me do this. I haven't given you anything, and I haven't done anything for you. So give me one final chance. Fade away. Michael! What? What are you doing, Michael? Get back in here, Michael! What? The door! It can't open! I shut the door, trying to go after. But it wouldn't budge, even the slightest bit. It was as though there had never been a door there at all, but merely a wall disguised as one. It was something hiding and shut from the. It wasn't something holding and shut from the other side either. I pushed and pulled with all my might, but I couldn't even manage to eat. Wow, he got the tiniest crack. Michael, I want you to get back to the door. Come on, get back in here. Michael, I don't want to lose you either. Say something, Michael. Why aren't you out there, aren't you? Please, don't do anything rash. They're gonna kill you if you're out there. Giselle, the witch told me. What? That she would ensure your safety. Michael, she isn't real. There's no witch talking to you. It's all in your head. A figment of your imagination created to alleviate your loneliness. Rest assured, she does not lie. Michael! Please listen. You are a wonderful woman, Giselle. Spirited, true to yourself, deeply sympathetic. You are not to blame for how difficult your life has been. Most of the fault lies with me and a bit of bad fortune. But that's all behind you now. Once this is over, you can start anew. What are you talking about? So survive. Live a good, fulfilling life. Move past this. Live your life. And always love your family. I know you can do it. That is my wish for you. No, I don't want that. I want to be with you. No one else but you. I don't want to let you die. I don't want to let you die. There it is. Death to the heretic. Death to the heretic. Death to the heretic. Get back in here, Michael. Open the door. If my choice is to live on without you, I'd rather. Your scars will heal. You'll find a nice man and have a wonderful family. Why? Thank you, Giselle, for bringing light into my world. Don't say that! But if there's a next life, I hope you don't mind if I pray that we were able to meet again. that we can find each other once more in another world. Michael! 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 It is our holy duty as knights of the church to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. Come on, Michael, open the door. You are sentenced to death, your body to be hanged on crosses for 3 days and 3 nights, where your unholy flesh will be purified for the fires of heaven. What are you doing here? Open the door, Michael, please. Listen to me. You can hear me out there, can't you? You shall be executed. Do you have any final words? Who is it you're sentencing to death? Michael Bollinger, or a demon child, naturally? Or a witch, perhaps? Please open the door. Why won't you open it? He is an unholy one here. It's a perfect normal human and a very sweet man. Yes, I'm the witch. The witch is in here. I'm the one who want to be executed. Kill me. Execute me. Now I see. Giselle, this world. Kill him. So many blades pierce my flesh. A sword in my chest, lance in my arms, and arrows in both of my legs. I can hardly even tell what hurt anymore. There was an unpleasant sound in the tower, almost like a heavy rain. It was the sound of my blood spilling onto stone. Red. It was red, just like everyone else's. It didn't flow into unnatural patterns. It turned to black demonic shadows. It didn't cause anyone touched to harm. Just ordinary red blood. Regardless, this body was probably still cursed. It had to be. I couldn't hear Giselle's voice anymore. I hope she was safe and alive. I pray that at least she would be protected, that the witch would keep her promise. Farewell, Michael. It was getting dark. Light was quickly departing from my world. Darkness everlasting dragged me down to pits. I believe in you. Back to Giselle. Michael! Hey, say something, talk to me! Hey, what's going on here? No, this can't be happening. An impulsively heavy thud came from beyond the door, and with it, Michael fell silent. Then, in a disproportionate sound as something slid down the door. No, this can't be why. I found the door with all my strength, but refused to give. The skin of my hand eventually growing raw, I began to see blood. Why? Why should Michael have to be killed? Tell me why. Take me with you. Please, don't leave me behind. That man is a witch. He isn't cursed. I'm cursed, not him. Don't hang him. Don't humiliate him like that. Kill me instead, please. Again and again I pounded the door, but the self-describing knight on the other side seemed not to be aware of my presence. They seemed to be unable to hear my cries. Their armor clanked with each step and began to descend the staircase, and with it I could the sound of something beginning to drag slowly across the floor. No! Don't take him away! Stop! Don't, Michael, away from me! I'm begging you! Please! But my pleas were in vain. My hopes were for of naught. The knights took him away. They took him somewhere out of my reach. For all eternity. Don't take him away from me! Fade to black. And that's the story. At least two. Michael? After much too long, the door swung open on its own. It happened so unceremoniously, it was hard to believe I had naturally been trapped inside. I had no time, much time had passed, but the chill in the air suggested it was deep into the night. And with the biting cold, there was a stench of blood. Poor Giselle. Why? Michael, I'd never wanted this. Ah, ah, ah. I don't understand at all, Michael. I know the depth of my feelings for you. You know how intensely I wanted you. How, how I love you. I was never going to be able to find someone else and live happy with them. It had to be you. Though the thought of anyone else terrified me. You just didn't understand. I don't want. I want to live in this stupid world. And where's the witch? The time I spent with you truly was the happiest time of my life. Now where's the witch? Where is she? Or are we coming back to the maid? The maid. I remember. I remember everything now. You died on that day. You were killed. You disappeared from this world and left me behind. That's right. I remember. I remember the pain, the agony of death, and the fear. I did indeed die that day. You refused to listen to me. Do you have an idea how I felt? To feel you dying from the other side of that door? Giselle, I wanted you to take me with you. Is this what you wanted to see? My memories. They trace through my life on this earth. And there. In order to find your truth, we need more of the story. Very well then. If you want the more of the story, I will tell you more. What comes next is both a continuation and a brand new tale. The Maid's Tale. When you hear it all, I expect you to condemn me for not forgetting how to smile. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Maid's Tale. If you haven't put the cut through the darkness yet, and like wind blew past me, at some time I gripped an overwhelming urge to speak down tears. Perhaps this. It's solitude for how I felt for so long. I had to face this. I have responsibility to do her to do so. I have to tell him for speed so much. It's gotta feel for many of those years ago, convinced that I was doing what was best. Alright, almost there. The sixth door. 1092. Unknown specified date. This is my tale, and the maid's tale. A tale of a foolish, naive girl. Looking back on it now, I'm ashamed of everything. But I will tell you my story in its entirety without embellishment. I'll ask that you please not let go of my hand. As we continue, the only thing the knights left behind were a garment and a large pool of blood. Blood had seeped into fabric and was beginning to dry. I'll be right back. Give me a second. beginning to dry. When I clenched into my hand and it made a soft crackling sound, the oppressed stench of death lingered in the tower. Michael, there's no point in life without you. You know that, right? Have a wonderful family. You know I can't do that. Hey, Michael. Answer me. Come back to me. I don't care if there's a ghost. I just need you here with me. Come back to me. Talk to me about nothing or about everything. Be irritated with me when I do something stupid. Scoff at me when I tell a bad joke. Torture me at chess again. Yeah, put your arms around me once more, one more time. Come on, I'm begging you. If you won't come back to me, then I'll go to you. I don't care if that's not what you want from me. This world without you is meaningless. Dying without a grudge. You won't guarantee you get to see him again. He spends all this time refusing to talk to me, and when he finally does, he begs me to save his love? Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Rather disappointed, to be honest. Who are you? Where are you? Ha! Quite draft, aren't you? With these walls, I am everywhere. And you've heard of me before. What? I have no... Heavens, you are slow. Is that pretty head of yours only for decoration? What? But no, there's no one else. You must be thicker than these walls, my dear. Although I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You never did believe anything Michael said about me. Huh? You thought he was going mad. Ah, this is brilliant. No, there's no way. It can't be. The cursed witch, Morgana? Oh, you even know my name, do you? You appear my legend has survived, though, longer than I expected. I suppose you'll think all humans have passed it down for me. You actually exist. I most certainly do, my dear. As I recall, you don't believe in the supernatural, do you? But it's hard to deny when the very witch talked to you right this moment. Michael was not even slightly mad either. Mad, my dear. I'll tell him he's better off without his sandy. But he refused to listen to me. He wasn't deranged. His surroundings were. His environment, the people around him, his whole world. Can you imagine how dreadful that must have been? To be the only sane resident of the world gone utterly mad. It's a miracle he managed to keep his head. Remember what you said just before he died, my dear. You said it, it was all in his head. You said he couldn't tell the difference between illusions and reality. You said he long since gone insane and shout at the top of your lungs. No, that's not what I meant. Ah, poor Michael. If only you had believed him about the witch. I feel bad for you too, though. You have my pity. What did you ever do to deserve this? Oh, let's just be perfectly clear. I know I played no part in either you or Michael's misfortune. The only force to blame for that is fate. You were good, honestly. You were a good, honest, joyfully lovable woman. And look how the world treated you. May I ask you something? Was it you who sealed me in this tower? Yes, it was. That was what Michael wanted. Once I told him I granted his wish. So, I did as he asked. Though it looks like that ended up causing you even more pain. How tragic. So, you're planning to die? Are you going to reunite with him in heaven? That plan destined to fail from the outset, my dear. God teaches that suicide is a sin, and you go to hell for it. Then, I will not kill you. Why not? Because I swore to Michael that it would save your life. Poor Giselle. You you have any other wish, I'll be happy to grant it. I can't bear to see you so miserable. A wish? But you have but a single desire right now. To see him once more. Is that right, Giselle? Or you say you can make that happen? You can bring him back to life? The forces of life and death are outside my realm. That is God territory, or the angels. However, I can guarantee you this. In his reincarnation, no, not his reconstruction. Yes, reconstruction. You can meet him again. Not in this life, but in some future life. Just imagine, finding your beloved again after overcoming so much tragedy. 10, 20, maybe 100 long years from now, you're finally reunited. Doesn't that sound marvelous? True, unparalleled love in its purest form. What do you think? Just because you can bring his soul back, doesn't it make it Michael? I want to be with him, this Barcuse, impenetrable, slightly immature, but gently as the butterfly man, the man who certainly dearly loved me. If it's the same soul in different body, can you tell him it's my Michael? My apologies, madam. You beat me to the punchline, and you did so with such ardor you threw me off balance. You're exactly right. The idea, if your love is strong enough, you both can be reborn and exactly have the same relationships. It is an utter fairy tale nonsense. You must be the same people have the same love, which is why I'm not promising his birth or reincarnation, but his reconstruction. Your wish can come reality, Giselle. As long as you wish for it with all your heart, it can come true. You'll wish for his reconstruction as well. You'll have a wish asking to make this happen, my dear, so you can be confident that I will bear fruit. And you wish for him to remain a man himself, if he truly loves you, and he wishes to reunite with you. You shall be granted. Your wish shall be granted. Will, really wish for me. I most certainly will, with my poor, pitiful, dear Giselle. I shall offer you my most heartfelt prayers for you. I'll wish for it. Until the moment of my death, I'll keep wishing for us to be reunited, the same people. I can't guarantee your reconstruction, though. What? I only said I guaranteed his. Michael's the only reconstructions I will wish for. I will not ask for yours, but why not? You're not looking as benevolent. Wish granting God is sworn angel with magical power, bow and arrow. You're looking at a cursed witch. Then how am I to be with him again? I got a few but one option that will allow you to reunite with your Michael. Tell me what I have to do. You must live here with me. Live with you? What do you mean? It was Michael who resurrected me, but he can only serve as my guide. I have work to do, but I can't do it alone. I need a guide to assist me, because you can see I have no body. If the child does not exist in this world, then perhaps I might be able to give myself form, my soul form. I don't understand anything you're saying. You don't need to understand. All I need from you is for you to show your utmost hospitality to the people I'm expecting to show up to this mansion someday. Entertain your guests? That's right, my dear. Michael isn't the only one whose resurrection I was wishing for. There are others. Several heinous sinners. So I want you to serve as a maid and watch over them when they arrive. And until then, keep the house in good conditions. What are you scheming? But that's something you truly need to know, my dear. All you need to do is wish. Pray for the day your beloved appears before you. For the day he'll wrap his arms around you once more. One word, Giselle. That's all I require. Do you want to see him again? Do you want to hear his voice again? I can promise you'll have your happiness back. What reason there's to hesitate? There isn't one. Or are you simply going to give up? I wonder, what would happen if you said no? If you disappear from this world, how will Michael react when he comes back? Will he be sad, angry, or will he forget you? Forget about you. And fall into the arms of another woman? No, he can't. Then make up your mind. Will you come with me, or you throw it all away? If I get a little thought, I realize she was manipulating me. That she was just telling me what I wanted to hear. But I believed her. I believed her proportions. As unbelievable as it sounded, my desire for it to be real overpowered everything. It was impossible not to grasp the straw she was dangling in front of me. That was all I could do at the time. The witch's voice was so inflexible, power to it. It made me believe as outrageous it was that she could bring back reconstruction you. Maybe because I had seen her turn the door into a immovable wall. Maybe because I heard her disembodied voice. But I don't think those are enough to explain it. I guess she had her spell. That was the moment I became the maid. But I assure you, I was at that point still the same Giselle you knew and loved. The sound of rain never seemed to stop. Am I hallucinating? Maybe. The moment I left my ear to the witch's sweetness temptation, the mansion underwent an unimaginable transformation. No light shone through the windows, despite them still being unstructured. No morning, day, or evening. In fact, the concept of morning, day, or evening didn't seem to exist. The darkness resembled that of when the windows had all been sealed off. But there's something more fundamentally unreal about it. Like, it was hovering over a vast and all-consuming abyss, with constant haze and malice. I feel like I had been cast in some unknown realm, and that's why there was nothing beyond the windows. Nothing beyond the windows. And the house was the only thing that underwent changes. I, too, was no exception. The blink of an eye, all my basic human urges vanished. I stopped feeling hungry, and I no longer needed sleep. Naturally, I was bewildered by what was happening to me. What I was turning into. I'll take a look around. I think I'll take a look around. Maybe there have been other changes. Walks off stage. Oh. I seem enduring though the mansion's halls. My original intent was to explore the entire house, but I found myself drawn particularly to one room in particular. That's right, you betcha. There was no light, no shades of color remaining in your chambers. But the bed was the same shape, the walls the same textures, the curtains the same designs as when you've been alive. My God, I'm praying. I'm always praying that someday we'll meet again. Oh, there's something hidden on the bed. What could it be? It's the pain. It's that pain. I never did get to ask, why did he get so angry about seeing this pain? I'm sure it's something he didn't want me to remind of. Perhaps to do with his family? I was right, no pressing him about it, though. Whoa! What? Ah! A smile? What the? Ah, what the? Did the pain just smirk at me? Oh God. Oh Jesus, what are you doing tripping over yourself? It was just that crystal was matched with your head. No need to get spooked over tasteless prank. When I stumbled, I guess I knocked a drawer open. There's something inside. Letters it looks like? I shouldn't trust these aren't mine, but I wanted something of Michael's to have. Something to remember him by. His letters would be in his handwriting. They would contain his words, "Please forgive me, Michael. I don't mean you any ill, but I'm gonna take these. I must say, they're more impressive number of... What the? What on earth? It's like someone dumped an inkwell on every page, but why? What's this? The witch is doing? Yeah, it has to be. It must be her. Definitely wasn't you, Michael, wasn't it? I wonder if this truly is Morgan just messing with us, or just something else entirely. Back to the fireplace again. To the front door? Really? To the front door. What was it like outside? I can't get open. What's going on? The bar's set, but it won't budge an inch. Just like up in the tower. I know, the windows. They should open, then I can... What's going on here? What the heck is going on? It's like there's a wall in front of the window. Man, we're going further. This is rich. What else can I do but laugh? What in the world? This is madness. God. Hurry up, Michael. Return to me. Get me out of here, please. Get me out of here. I had no idea how to explain anything that had happened to the mansion, but it's clear enough to what imprisoned within its walls. I was alone in a nebulous sphere of bleak darkness, and beyond the walls, the void. The layout of the house remained unchanged, but I felt as though I had wandered into a twisting labyrinth. I could cry, but there was no one there to soothe me. Fuck! That's a nice little touch. All I did was provoke her disembodying cracking, which she followed with the, "You chose this, my dear. So you need to hold yourself together and can keep wishing." My only real pastime was cleaning. I left the same corners again and again, swept the same floors, polished the same dishes. One day I decided to read the book left in the library. It's about to be more than 100 volumes. I finished every one of them in what felt like no time at all. My life was a never-ending cycle. Day in, day out. The house had no visitors. No one, rather nothing at all, set a foot in the property. There was no sign of life whatsoever there. No birds singing in the morning, no cats sunbathing in the garden, no mice scurrying about in the kitchen, no creepy crawling insects. There was nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that brought the long sound was her voice. Tell me, was she kind to you? Was she friendly or curious? That she was quite harsh when she spoke to me. There were these kinds of things she always wanted saying to me. He didn't show up today, did he, my dear? Are you still praying, my dear? Do you think he'll actually come, my dear? I'm still wishing, just like I promised, my dear. You know why he's come for you, my dear? Because perhaps he doesn't actually love you as much as you thought. My dear. My dear. My dear. Have you lost your mind yet? Shut up! Shut up! I have nothing. I'm done with you. Enough. Please, enough already. Oh, what's got you so worked up? You love to talk, don't you? So why don't you have a little nice chat with me? This is not a chat. Maybe not your mind, my dear. You seem to think chatting only continuates conversation you enjoy. But I don't think the word's usage needs to be so restricted personally. You're just getting off on watching me squirm. You're just getting off watching me squirm. Oh, not at all. You always have my best wishes if he ever does show up for you. Oh, so scary. You're making that face when he shows up. He might not even recognize you. What? Have you looked in a mirror recently, have you? Oh, go on then, my dear. See just how frightful you become. Huh? What the? No. The witch was light. I looked in my mirrors. My face was pale and lifeless. My eyes hollow, my cheeks sunken. Heavy bangs beneath my eyes. My hair has lost its shine and grew wildly. I was quickly losing everything that made me recognizable as me. No, this isn't me. This is some kind of trick. You're trying to deceive me. Baseless accusations. You must stop blaming people every time something doesn't turn out the way that you want, my dear. But, my face was more, what? More expressive, more cheerful, more brighter, rosier. You're right. You were never this gloomy, were you? Right. I wasn't. Naive girl. Could you become more narcissistic, huh? What are you looking at? Undeniable, exact what you're looking like now. Time did that to you, nor did I. Native energy oozing within you was what caused you to take this form. Did you think you have any dark, ugly emotions inside of you? Did you believe you always been able to smile no matter what? Did you assume you were pure and beautiful? No one like that exists, my dear. What you see in the mirror is the true you. Your hideous, twisted heart. If you weren't always so nasty, this would never happen. Anyone's heart would be twisted listening to you long enough. So you're saying Michael's heart wasn't twisted too? I spoke to him for years. No, I'm just teasing. I suppose I may have crossed the line there. I mean your own will, Giselle, honest. Allow me to give you one word of advice, though. Look at yourself in the mirror often. If you continue to daydream at this rate and end up looking like a corpse, when Michael comes to see you, you won't jump for joy, but running away, screaming in terror. Stop talking! Please, stop. You know, Giselle, this is only the beginning. You might not show up for hundreds of years. I can't live that long. Absolutely brilliant. You still think you're alive? What? The moment you agree to come with me, you cease to be sis of this world. So don't worry about time, my dear. You can wait as long as it takes. As long as it takes for him to arrive. As the witch had suggested, I should have checking my appearance every day. I wanted to sure I didn't turn to something horrific creature. My hair grew, so in time to be passed. My hair grew, so time seemed to be passing. But I didn't be aging at all. The flow of time had become perplexingly vague and uncertain. Was it stopped or was it moving? I couldn't tell. On occasion I practiced smiling from the mirror. Smile was, after all, only one real distinctive feature. I was certain you had seen me smile more than anything. Even my appearance had changed drastically. I thought you would still be able to recognize me by my smile. A woman standing in front of a mirror practicing how to smile? I'm sure that would be quite comical sight. And that was about how many days were long. Ooh, look at that. Holy crap. Going up, 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 up. Up, up, and up. 1012. 12,000. For the first 100 years, I get to check how much time passed. 1 hour, day, a month, year, 10, 50. But once it had surpassed a person's average lifespan, the calendar started driving me mad, and so I stopped. Once the time began to numb. In a place of sleep, I spent my days in trance-like state. Doing so was less aware of time passing, but made it a little easier to bear. Spending this bubble of time of mine went out to you. Okay. Okay. So another 100 years have passed. Next thing I lost since was myself. I lived as a human for 21 years. I'd spent nearly 10 times that trapped in the mansion. I began to feel like that was all I had ever done. That maybe my past was all constructed of my imagination. That as another otherworldly being, I merely fantasized about being human. Had I actually had a family? Had there actually been any other people in the world? Did cities and villages really exist? Was there really a time when the light shined through the windows, when we were happy? But I knew if I started doubting everything, I wouldn't be able to maintain myself, so I still only believe in one thing. That you, Michael, were real. That you've been with me. That I loved you. And that it was you I was waiting for. I tried to always remember that one fact. So another 100 years is going to go by. My characteristic energy and cheerfulness were disappearing. By then, I hardly ever raised my voice anymore. My response changed, which seemed to treat me like a little nicer. On occasion, I thought I could sense her presence nearby, like she revealed her form to me from beyond the darkness. Listened for only speaking to me. I could feel her sitting beside me. Giselle, do you think you're still Giselle even now? I suppose it doesn't matter either way. Sometimes I think love and fanaticism are two sides of the same coin. What are you saying? Oh, nothing. I had no idea though. Why don't we make you some new clothes, my dear? The loom should still work, thanks to you keeping everything in order. The outfit and artifact of an age long past by now. You know how long it's been? Vaguely, but yes. As it speaks, time still marches onward. Not too quickly, and not too slowly. But at the same pace as you're breathing. Now on your feet, Giselle. You have plenty of time to make you the perfect maid's outfit. And if we don't have enough materials, you can make more thread from sheets and curtains. Hee hee, how exciting. Yes. Following instructions, we wore in the garments of style that did not exist in my era. They were quite strange to behold. The old me would have been stricken with fascination by them. By that point, I wasn't even sure how to rejoice, how to be impressed, or how to be moved anymore. I like this part of the game. It's slower, but the visual novel. But time is passing. 15,000. Ah, we're getting closer and closer to... Sounds like rain again. What year is it? Oh, doesn't matter what year is it. Doesn't matter where it is. As long as you're there, it could be any time, anywhere. Where are you, Michael? What are you doing? I'm still praying. I'm still wishing for you to appear before me. Forever and ever and ever. And ever. I've been praying for so long. Oh, you know how long it's been. Before you left, you said we're going to pray too. You said we hope we can meet another in our life. I must remember, am I? Michael, come back to me soon. I love you so very much. But my memories for you are starting to fade. What did your voice sound like? What kind of face did you make? Would you like to put on your hands for me? I don't want to forget. I always remember. My memories of you are the only things holding me together. That's true. A lot of people will go a long way just to remember someone. The movies do get that right, along with other forms of entertainment, but people will go very, very far just for one person. But they're slipping away from me. How do you speak? What kind of things do you talk about for me? I'm losing all these memories. Please, Michael, come back to me before I forget everything. My beloved master. The thought crossed my mind that maybe Morgana guaranteed that would be reconstructed was just a lie to trick me into staying here. But I quickly discarded it. Because if she been lying, it would strip all meaning from my very existence. It would take from me my purpose of being here. So I didn't want to accept that possibility. I had no choice but to preserve my belief that you would return. I had always thought I would be able, alright. That my faith will never waver. I still believe in myself. But you cannot be the happiest, most optimistic, resolute person in the world. And you still break every time. At that point, even the slightest tap was shattered into fragments. 15,000. To you 1,600. Make me practice proper etiquette. According to them, I had much to learn. You are at least technically a servant of the Rhodes family, young lady, so I can't have you going around playing the country bumpkin act. There she is, our beautiful maid Giselle. Yes, sir. And we'll have to do something about the accent too while you're at it. I have an accent? Thicker than bloody mollusks. Now I have no intention of sticking my nose into your business asking where you hail from. But while you're here you must act part, young lady. Luckily for you I'm retired and I have all the time in the world. I'll teach you everything you need to know know about proper etiquette. Ah, alright. Speak up, will ya? Yes, sir! Welcome to the House of Fata Morgana. Hayden did not go easy on me either. In addition to my day-to-day duties, I study etiquette, the language, proper punctuation, and formal discussion. Any time I made the slightest mistake, it was shouted dissatisfaction, and that room looks very familiar. Listen carefully. Our servant in the face of a house. Our servant, I can't pronounce that word, is her master's life. A servant's life is her master's life. Always keep that in mind. You're not just a maid. You will always act with elegance and grace. You always maintain your composure even if this house is falling down around you. Whatever happens, you'll deal with it quickly and quietly. Your language must be incommunicable. No ums, ahs, or pauses for any reasons. Yes, sir. And no stutter stammering. Sorry. Bloody hell, you're not gonna make it this easy, are you? Whose idea was it that a country bumpkin will make a good servant? I'd like to give him peace in my mind. I am not from the country. Not even slightly. I was raised in the capital. Is that so, eh? A prim and proper city girl, are you? In that case, you should be a quick study. Absolutely. I can learn anything in a week tops. Piece of cake. Is that so? Alright then. Start tomorrow's tripling your lessons. I didn't think this through. Hang in there, Giselle. It should be my master. Hayden was my teacher. When he yelled at me, he grew twice his size and I shrunk half of mine. But it wasn't all an unpleasant experience. Because I knew he wasn't raising a voice to validate me. He instructed my ways to be harsh. But it was human interaction. There was people around that I could talk to. And that was so wonderful. I was starting to regain some humanity. Unlike me, you still got a long life ahead of you, young lady. I don't know what kind of life you live, but I can't imagine it's been all that easy. Not many servant girls your age without a home to go back to. Which is why you need to learn this. Once you go down the rules and customs and downs, you'll be able to hold your own at any noble's estate. You shouldn't have to keep troubling yourself to keep yourself employed. I think I'm just a loud, obnoxious old man. But I believe we met for a reason, so I hope you'll stick with me. I don't think about you like that, master. You're a remarkable man. One more time. I deeply appreciate your generosity, consider, master, from all the bottom of my heart. Alright, I gotta keep talking. What the copyright claims. Alright. I don't know much about Hayden's situation, why he retired to this mansion's alone, away from the rest of his family. But anytime I asked him about it, he would say, "It happens all the time." With a Mellok, with a frown on his face. Before long, 2 years had passed. By this point, my etiquette has improved enough to satisfy his high standards. In that time, the mansions went under numbers of decor changes as Hayden brought in sculptors to work on different areas of the house. He sealed off rooms that were not in use, such as the observation tower and the chapel. It was a sad thing seeing areas with so many memories of me memories of me falling into. But as a mere servant, I had no say in the matter. In addition, Hayden would simply greatly enjoy renovating the house, so I watched him warmly. The furniture was gradually replaced. Gorgeous paintings hung on the walls, colorful patterns, curtains installed. And of course, the rose garden, and a brilliant rose garden plan. Those roses came from all across the world. Nowhere else can you see so many different varieties in one place. It's beautiful. Did you know, in the city, people are starting to call this mansion the Rose Manor? Rose Manor. Rose Manor. Rose Manor. And to think, there used to be nothing here but weeds here. Amazing how much has changed. I never thought I would see this garden turn into something so beautiful. Are you fond of the roses, young lady? Yes, red ones especially. Red roses mean a great deal to me. They remind me of a long time past. Give one as a gift. I give one as a gift for you. No, I believe I was the one who gave the rose. So red roses are a symbol of my feelings. They are very precious to me. I gave you a rose as a gift. You plucked it off from the stem and placed it on my hair. Am I remembering correctly? My memories are so vague now. I can't remember the look on your face that day. There. But some kids allowed to give the rose to myself. Ooh, my grandchildren. Oh my, you have grandchildren. Aye, and though we haven't been in touch for some time. The last I saw them was 4 years ago, when my second grandchildren was born. The sweetest girl in the world, with lovely flaxen hair. Oh, I see. Oh, when my second grandchildren. So the white-haired girl is Julie's the grandfather's kid. She's gonna be a real beauty when she grows up. Anyway, they're wonderful kids. And one day I want to hand this garden to over them. And every rose containing but hope they'll lead a comfortable, healthy lives free from strife. I'm sure your wish will come to pass. Your grandchildren will live wonderful lives. Aye. Fade to black. As I fade to black, the grief of not having your aunt still weighed heavily on my mind, but I was slowly approaching life with Hayden was slowly and uneventful, peaceful and relaxed. I imagine my heart was seeking everything to evaluate the pain. I found that in the beauty remodeled mansion, the garden bloomed wildly with rose, and every time with Hayden, I was going to think that life was enough for me. That's why I would be okay by this end, if it meant more than tranquil life. I was like I was like a coward, considering giving up the fight. Please do forgive me for ever considering such things. There's my dog. He didn't seem to be in high spirits that day. I get that apparently arrived from his son who lived far away. It was a tea set, some leaves and some small jugs, jars. Miss, how can I be a servant of you, master? We're brewing a pot of this, would you? Be careful not to steep it for too long. I wouldn't want to get. You just want to get just right for the best flavor. As you wish, master. You seem quite pleased. Why would I be? A boy who shunned his old man for you sends him a party gift on a whim? I'm just entertaining his fancy. Alright. Your tea is ready, master. Ah, what a wonderful smell. And tea and roses are life's best demand spices. Now, let's see what the boy chose for me. If it's no good, I'll sure write him an angry letter. He looks so happy. He must really love his family. It's a little bitter. Shall I brew you another pot? No, it's not your fault. It must be something in the leads. Would you like to add some sugar then? There's a small jar with the tea set. Now that's some bloody fine sugar he produced. White as snow and sparkle as the light. He chose it just for you, master. Bloody hell. What demon possessed him? Oh. Alright, give me 2 spoons then. Yes, master. Here you are. Ah, splendid. This is some of his exquisite tea. The sugar balanced the bitterness off the leaves perfectly. I guess the boy does have some... Master? Master! Doctor! I need to find the doctor! Water! I'll get you some water right away. So please hang in there. Okay. Thanks to quick treatment by a personal physician. He had him survive, but he didn't make it out with much more than his life. He was permanently embittered by the affair. Eventually, the sugar put in his tea had contained poison, which had been done irreparable damage to his nerves and muscles. Most of his body was completely immobile, except for his left arm. Can I bring you something? Some water? If I ever have more than my fill of water, you don't need to wait on me on hand or foot. That face you say you need to distract yourself by working. Remember what I told you. A noble family servant must act with elegance and grace. You must always maintain your composure. But how can you expect me to maintain my composure? If I only examined the sugar more thoroughly, you never would have noticed, young lady. I examined the sugar, and I didn't see a bloody thing wrong with it. He was damn crafty, that's for sure. Why would he do this? He's inheritance, I presume. Huh? Something had come up, and he needed money quickly. There's no reason to poison your own father. Blood is nothing but an obstacle to ambition. Or maybe just hated me. How could anyone possibly hate you? Perhaps that could be said if said of the me you know. But you've lived long as I have. You might make an enemy or two. Mine just happened to be my son. I was planning to give him everything anyway. He didn't have to do this. It all been his. Master. Kill me. Killing me doesn't accomplish anything. But I guess it doesn't matter. Say, can I ask you something, young lady? What can I do for you? I don't want it to get out of the roads. The Hayden roads are poison, so you can tell people that I passed away peacefully, with a beautiful nurse tending to my every need. You're not dead yet. Please don't talk like that. You're scaring me. No, stammering. But I'm not saying it'll happen immediately. But I am an old man, and one day you'll wake up and I'll be gone. This is about my own pride, not my son. The last thing I want is to go out with a black spot on my name. Tell me you'll do this, Giselle. He never said my name before. As you wish. Thank you. You are a peculiar girl, you know. Sometimes you seem greener than the leaves in summer, and sometimes you seem like 12 kinds of hell. And every so often, you seem not of this world. Your skin is pale and your hands are cold as ice. At one point, I thought it might be death himself. But I was wrong about that. You have too big of a heart to be death. You care too much. You must be carrying your very heaven cross on your back. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to lose you, Lord Hayden. I don't want this. I don't want to lose this life. I don't want to lose this life. You have somebody, don't you, young lady? Someone you're dying to meet again? Yes, but I don't know anymore. I don't know how long I'm supposed to keep waiting. If something does happen soon, I don't think I handle myself together much longer. I was so close to breaking down, and it was you who kept me on my feet. I am sure you tried to remain strong plenty of times. So I'll give you some different advice. A trick when you think you're losing hold of yourself. Build a cocoon. A cocoon. A sturdy shell to keep your weak inner self safe. This world has no interest in protecting you, only swallowing you whole. You mustn't readily expose your true self. Build a cocoon, and you play the role you need to play. The way the real you will remain unharmed. It's not pleasant to hide yourself like that, but it's better than letting the world crush you. But a warm warning, if you spend too long in the cocoon, the real you is liable to disappear forever. You'll be swallowed up by your own protective shell. I hope you find whoever it is before it's too late. Now, I need to get some sleep. All this talking has worn me out. As you wish. Good night, Master. See you in the morning. Aye. See you in the morning, young lady. Ah, true, he did go out with the beautiful young lady. The next day, Hayden was dead. So it was true. He did go out by a beautiful nurse. He had strangled himself with his left hand. I should have been more attentive. I should have recognized how much pain he was in. How much it crushed him to have been betrayed by his own family. I should have realized how truly he felt. Fragile he really was. But he at least passed away nicely. That he knew he had a friend there. I fell into the hopeless gloom. I could barely believe that the quiet life I finally attained was shattered in the blink of an eye. Hayden's other servants quickly went their own way, and I was vividly remember the dirty looks they all gave me. Everyone who had died assumed I had done it. I had no reason to kill him, though. But they had more than enough to believe so. For I had indeed been the last person to see him alive. And I held a firm story he had asked me to tell when I was unable to convince the other servants. His family was far more accepting of the story that he had departed of this world happily. Though that did not make the truth any less heartbreaking. Especially since I was the only one who knew it. Why does this always happen? I was happy, but I could never seem to keep a hold of it more than a flash. Despair always comes marching to rip it away. What? What am I doing here? What kind of person were you, Michael? What kind of person was I? Oh, my dear. You look positively miserable. What should you despair at the death of some strange old geezer? Morgana. Was Hayden was the one you wished to revisit? Ha! I don't interest in that wretched old bag of bones. And if he was the one, do you really think I would let him go so peacefully? Peaceful? You call that peaceful? You call his misery peaceful? I most certainly do. And since you don't seem to understand this, the pain of death lasts but an instant. The worst tragedy can only be inflicted upon the living. Settling two loved ones against another, manipulating one and taking the other's life, and then forcing them to live with that. This stage hasn't been set yet, my dear. And you would have me playing part in that. Indeed. Indeed. You agreed to accompany me. You're here to guide me. To be my guide. You're doing a wonderful job so far. I haven't done anything. Oh, but you killed an old man, did you not? Thanks to you, my wish is one step closer to fortune. What did you... What do you mean I killed Hayden? I mean to calm you, didn't I? Tell me, who was it? They put the poison in the sugar. No, I didn't mean to. Your intentions are irrelevant. Nothing moves along the paths forged by my wishes, and you shall continue to follow its will. You know what? I'm done feeling like this. I don't want anyone else to go through what Hayden did. What are you going to do about it? I'm done listening to you. Without me, you have no influence over this world. Ho. So I'll die. I'll take my own life right here, right now. I grabbed a knife and held the tip against my breast. Man, the chicken pound potty, my whole body was a wreck of terror, but I could have sworn I heard Morgana gasp. This is one weakness, I thought. What are you thinking? Don't do this, Giselle. Don't be foolish. Put the knife down right now. I'm done. I'm done trusting anything you say. Giselle, put the knife down. I miss you so much, Michael. I wanted nothing more than to see you again. But if my being Morgana's God is causing other people's suffering, then I can't. It's all over, Morgana. Huh? There's no blood, no pain. Why? Absolutely brilliant. I told you don't be foolish, but you just won't listen to me. Such a silly girl. I really am. I could even die if I wanted to. That absolutely crushed my backup plan. The one escape route I had thought available to me had been ripped away. My spirit crumbled, and I felt myself sinking into a vast darkness. I began losing grip on myself, which is when I realized Hayden's advice. Build a cocoon. It's the only option I had left, my final chance of protecting myself. Almost immediately I was unsuccessful in that endeavor, as you know. But by that point, my mind and spirit had all been lost. Eroded away by the use of solitude, the witch's whisper, the brief glimmer of happiness, and the entire bloodless, boundless darkness left me in. It was in that moment that all light drained from my eyes. It was in that moment the maid was born. There was no more Giselle, just the maid. Oh, dearest Mel, come over here. There's so many beautiful flowers. Now, Nellie, there's no need to run. No, Nellie, there's no need to run. The maid. Hello. Oh, hello. I've never seen you before. Are you the new maid? Good afternoon, Lady Nellie. That is correct. It is an honor to serve you. Oh, did you do all this? I did not. The garden was your grandfather, Lord Hayden's work. Wow, his grandfather, was it? Perhaps he was. I'm sure you'll be able to be delighted that... I'm sure you were delighted to know that you liked it. Did grandfather like flowers? Oh, yes. He loved them quite dearly. Wow, I love flowers, too. I never thought I'd see a garden with so many flowers. Did you know what this kind of flower is called a rose? Just like your name. Why, yes, they do sound alike. And like the flowers, you also have a very sweet little girl. Say, what's your favorite color, Rose? I like all colors. But you don't like any the most? That's too bad. My favorite's pink. Pink roses are so pretty. Indeed they are. Ah, jeez. There you are, Nellie. Mel. Oh, my apologies. Please don't mind my sister. Oh, not at all. We were having the most wonderful time. That's good. I imagine we've been seeing each other around, so it's a pleasure to... Dearest Mel! Dearest Mel! Let's see what it's like inside. Mother says I have my very own room. Slow down now. I beg your pardon. So the maid was born after Hayden died. That's interesting to know. The inseparable siblings ran off towards the mansion hand in hand. It was a heartwarming sight, but the next moment they stepped inside, I saw something else. Darkness enveloped the mansion, seeming to flare up. The open door, a gripping maw in the hungry bowels. The whole house looked like it was cracking. I presumed the witch Morgan had just taken form, a manifestation of how she felt. Now that her centuries in the making wish was bearing fruit. Those two children were the ones Morgana had been waiting for. Had I still had any willpower to fight left me, I would have taken them by hand and sent them somewhere far away. I would have done something before the house swallowed them up. But instead, I gently lowered my eyes. Misfortune would surely sink its teeth into those children before long. Pain and misery would have befall them. I knew no good lay ahead of them, but my heart had all but frozen solid. I had my hands full taking care of myself, so I let Hayden's beloved children fall into the witch's hand. I was, for all intents, a purpose, Morgana's puppet, her guide. I was for Morgana's guide. At long last it has arrived. It's time. The time I've been waiting for so long has arrived. The darling, devoted Giselle. I not know how long. I know not how to describe it for you. The fire and excitement burning within me. Oh, I know. I can tell you my story. I'll tell you exactly what the middleman, a little boy, once did. I'll open to listening now. You'll be open to listen now, won't you, my dear? And surely you'll understand when I'm doing nothing wrong. That I'm doing nothing wrong. Because you're my ally. You're my trusty servant. You and I, we live in the same world. We're close as families, are we not? Yes. As you say. So let's curse them, all of them. Let us inflict pain worse than physical torture on them. Let's put their souls on the rack of all eternity. Curse them, make them suffer, curse them! Now, listen carefully, Giselle. This is the tale of a wicked man upon my curse upon them. We shall begin. The witches spat a curse for some time. The billow and flowing from her words, the pure, unadulterated hatred blurring within, consuming more than horrifying things it described. She was brutally honest with each word, a carefully sharpened blade of animosity. How much bitterness did you carry inside to become like her? How long did you have to feel like nothing but hatred to become her like her? I felt like I let my guard down. I would only be consumed by her enmity. It would become mine, and I would grow despising myself. All the while I kept mind on one single thing. That is, was left beyond my mind, locked away inside my shell, my own creation. It was that solitary truth that allowed me to hold on to my human emotion. I'm always waiting. My love would never fade. When I was still my old self, I called them master, and worried would anything for them. Michael, that was their name. They were beautiful. They had a pearly white hair and ruby rose. They are going to come for me. Whoa. They? Oh, I see it now. The hair color's changing. See that? Michael, I can remember all about you. It's your name, your glassy white skin, your fiery red eyes, and your snow-colored hair. Nothing else. And that's why when I saw her that night, dribbling from the storm raining outside, I thought, you're finally here. Because I didn't remember enough to know anything. You already know who I spoke of, don't you? The person called upon Ruby Roseman that faded stormy night. A girl with mostly translucent pale skin, chilling white hair, eyes like juice. Ah, what a beautiful girl. Her hair and her eyes, her porcelain skin all match the persons in my memories. She must be the one I've been waiting for. If she is the white-haired girl, it's something the matter. No, I just felt someone was watching us. It's only imagination, I'm sure. If not your imagination, then perhaps some unseen force was watching. Unseen force? Are you familiar with people referred to as roseman? Yes, indeed. It's called a roseman because you smell the sweet rose, sweet fragrance of the rose starting even at a great distance. But that's not because no what I meant. What? It is said that a witch resides within this house. A witch? I haven't heard any such stories. You probably wouldn't have. It was a very, very long time ago. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. You have a peculiar presence about you. Should I consider that a compliment? Peculiar presence, she says. Does she sense something with me as I did do her? This has to be her then. Her name is... Ain't asking me. It's getting late. You should get some rest. Our room is already been set up aside for you. But first, I ask you one thing. Yes. I don't believe in giving your name yet. My name is... Mikkel. Ah, I knew it. You are the one. What? You're the one I've been waiting for. I have endured so much anticipation for this moment. So I can reunite with you. You come to this place to see me again, did you not? Held tight to those wonderful memories until you could come back to me. I never gave up hope. I always believed, and I always hope you praised me for that. And I asked you, so please tell me my name. To please make me, I don't know anything about you. Sorry, you must be confusing me with someone else. We've never met before. You jest. You're Michael, are you not? That's my name, yes, but it's not a fairly common name. Surely you confuse me with... That cannot be. That white hair, white skin, those white eyes, and that name, the name of the Archangel. Everything about you is the same. How can you say you're not my Michael? Please, Michael, remember me. Stay away from me. I'm sorry. I'm in the room, but you would reject me? I'm so sorry. I honestly don't know you. Do you care anything anymore for this time we spent together? We have not spent any time together. You would deny everything? I'm sorry. I see. So you feel nothing for me anymore? You don't need to say anything. I understand. Are you feeling a great deal of disgust towards me? No, or perhaps it's fear? Yes. You're always so kind. You're always not easily allowed to succumb to hatred. I understand. Please forget everything I said. Who are you? I'm a simple maid, nothing more. Aww. Laughable, isn't it? I no longer regard Michael as anyone more than a concept. Man or woman, elderly or infant. As long as they had white hair, red eyes, and the right name, they were you. I need anything you could get. I was so desperate that it never crossed my mind that she was not you. What do you think, seeing me like this? I'm so helpless and hopeless. And we're gonna end it right there. We're gonna end the episode right there. Thank you for joining the stream. If you did like the stream, hit that like button. Subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter. Same as this YouTube channel, SilentJoker45. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Holy crap, that was a long episode again. And it looks like now we're gonna go through all the events where the white hair girl supposedly was in and see the truth. And then after that, whoever Morgana's story is. So, see you all next time in the next live stream. See you guys later. My name is Soundjoker45. Hit that like button, subscribe for more.